And you must be wondering, why am I here alone and why is there an empty chair? So, as I mentioned in the previous episode, we have a very special guest today with us. And I would like to welcome our special guest. What made you take this course actually? Actually, listening to what you're telling me, actually, I feel like being a content creator actually takes up a lot.
I've got nothing, actually. I've got nothing.
Oh my God. Okay, we're back. Our podcast is back. Hi everyone, welcome back to our second episode of FWB, Friends with Business. This podcast will be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and for visuals, YouTube. So if you like us, don't hesitate to hit that like and subscribe button and do your friends and family a favor and share this with them. It's amazing content. Alright, I would like to give a special shout out to TWSS sponsors, ICAEW. ICAEW is a preferred business and finance professional qualification and is recognized in many parts of the world. This qualification provides in-depth technical knowledge across all aspects of management, finance, and accounting in all sectors. ICAEW chartered accountants are constantly updated with the latest knowledge and skills to ensure they constantly remain relevant in any industry. Disclaimer, anything said and discussed on this podcast does not reflect the opinions or stance of the sponsors of TWSS. Now, moving on to announcements, TWSS would proudly present to you Intern for a Day. Have you ever wondered what is it like to be an intern? What does it feel like working? Well, here's your chance. Intern for a Day will be held on the first 2 weeks of March, and it includes office tours and workshops by companies that TWSS is collaborating with for this event. For example, KPMG, PwC, and many more. So this event is to help students get a feel of how the corporate world works. So opportunities such as internships and ambassador programs, meeting new and exciting people for you to grow your connections. So if you would like to find out more about this event, move on to TWSS Instagram to find out. Now, I am your host today, and you must be wondering, why am I here alone and why is there an empty chair? So, as I mentioned in the previous episode, we have a very special guest today with us. And I would like to welcome our special guest, Evelyn! Hey!
Everyone, hi!
So, welcome to our podcast, Evelyn. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. My name is Evelyn Ramli. I'm a third year student at the University of Nottingham, Malaysia, and I currently study English language and literature, and I'm also a content creator.
Yes guys, so this is the special guest that I have been talking about. Isn't she pretty?
She's too sweet. You're so pretty too, stop, please.
No, I can't. I was really shy to have you on this podcast when they were like, oh Megan, you're gonna interview her. I'm like, no.
Oh my god, that's so
Actually, I met you a few times around campus.
we just say hi or just wave at each other, but we never talk.
Yeah, actually when I found out that we're gonna get you as our second episode guest, I kind of somewhat because I knew earlier, right? So when I saw you, I kind of felt a bit awkward and I didn't know what to do.
Oh,
so I kind of somewhat accidentally avoided eye contact.
I'm crying. Oh my gosh, I did not know that. Good to know. That's okay. Now we don't have to avoid eye contact. We just look at each other.
I get too shy.
Oh my god. I'm dead.
Yeah. Okay. So what made you take this course actually? I'm curious about that.
Okay, so for me, I've always wanted to study English, and I think English literature later on in high school, I realized I wanted to study it. But in general, since I was very young, in 5th grade, or I want to say around 14, 13 years old, I already decided that I wanted to study English literature, no matter what. So eventually, all the classes I took in middle school and high school, they all also led up to my passion for English, and now I'm studying English literature.
Whoa, so you actually figured it out by 13, 14.
Yeah, I'm the type when I know I want to do something, I can't stop. Yeah.
Oh.
And I was just very fascinated by the world of books and reading and like going to the land where it's all magical and so many things are explored in that world.
So you like reading?
I really like reading.
I'm more of like a K-drama person.
Oh, I love K-dramas too. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I love Lee Jong-suk.
not my favorite, but close.
Yeah, okay.
Close.
Yeah. So like talking about like your personality and all, like do you happen to know your MBTI?
I know the name of it. I'm the protagonist, but I don't know the actual letters. Because personally, my friends all help me do the test and stuff, but I don't remember the actual results.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
title.
Oh, just the title.
What's yours?
I'm a defender. Yeah, I mentioned it in the previous episode.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So like, are you a E or an I?
I'm an E, and then the rest I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I think I'm a J as well, but the rest, it's anyone's guess. But the protagonist one.
Yeah,
one.
for sure for
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
for
okay.
sure.
All right. So like, when did your content creator like career kind of like take off?
Ooh, take off. I would say I started a little less than 2 years ago, but I think it took off, I want to say August of last year. August of last year is when the first big brand I ever worked with reached out to me, and it's Charlton Keith. They always have a special place in my heart just because they're the first brand that I ever worked with that was like kind of big, and I was always like really like, I remember getting the email and like being like, what? Is this real? And I was like running to my parents like, oh my gosh, guys, look, is it fake? Am I getting scammed? And like, no, there's no way. They took the email address and everything, and I was like, oh, it's real. And I got reached out to, like, what do I do next? I was just like, I was shaking as I was typing my response like, yeah, I would love to work with you. And I was just so excited.
Yeah, oh my god, that must have been like a huge thing. Like, oh my
For me
goodness.
at least, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, like, so what made you want to go step on this like content creator like road kind of thing?
I think at first, when I first started, it was just for fun. Like, I was just really exploring everything I could do. And it was during MCO season. Just very much doing nothing at home. So I had to do something, and I was really bored, like out of my mind. So I just explored, I tried these things, and eventually I think a few videos went viral, and I was like, that's cool. I was looking at the comments, reading what people were saying, and I was like, okay, maybe I can take a step further. I can start seeing what it's like if I did live this life, live this career opportunity. So I did a lot of research, and then after weighing the pros and cons, and also how much time it would involve, the rewards, the benefits, etc., I really weighed everything out before I decided, yes, I want to continue. And then from then onwards, I always make a plan instead of each month, my content strategy, my growth plan, and etc., and then I just go forward with it.
Actually, like listening to like what you're telling me, actually I feel like being a content creator actually takes up a lot. So like, do you feel like sometimes social media or even in general, a lot of people kind of like misunderstand the concept of being a content creator or even like an influencer, like how hard sometimes it can be?
Yeah, I definitely think it's very glamorized and people see the results and see how nice it is, the end product, right? But they don't see all the effort behind it, or like all the struggle and like frustration and even tears. Like, and it can be very toxic very quickly, and it can be very unhealthy as well. I think that's the side that people probably know but aren't really aware of.
Yeah, I think like for like social media pressure, it probably hits like you guys like a lot more, a lot heavier than like general public, right? Yeah. So like when you started, like when your followers started growing, like did you ever like feel, or have you ever experienced like getting like hated or like bullied kind of thing?
Oh my god, I think every creator online experiences it, but definitely, I think in one of like my second viral video, people were like, what is she doing? That's not even cute. What is she wearing? Like, I would never wear that. And I was like, okay. And then there'd be like people just putting ha 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 in the comments and like laughing emoji. And I got like a flipping emoji finger once, and I was like, okay, unwarranted, uncalled for, but okay. I'm literally just showing you my outfit, but okay. Like, it definitely happens at the most unexpected times, at the most unexpected videos. But I think there's nothing else you can do but just roll the punches and move on. Because I think even commenting about it is giving the haters power over you, and I think that's the last thing to do.
Yeah, definitely. I think like learning how to ignore and like kind of like filter out unwanted noise and comments, like even in life in general, like, you know, like it's not just for social media. Even like if somebody comes to you and you know that person's like toxic or something, like
you
just
have to cut them off.
filter it out, cut them off,
sure.
sis. Yeah, cut them off. Yeah. Okay. So, how does it feel like being a content creator or like influencer? Like, I mean, like, does it feel kind of awkward when I don't know if you experienced it before, but like, if somebody comes up to you and be like, oh hey, like I've watched your content, like I'm a big fan, like can I take a picture with you?
It's so sweet. I can't get over it every time it happens because it's like, oh, people like it amazes me sometimes how many people I like that see my content or how like I may inspire people I don't even know, and it's always so like heartwarming and always like, oh, I would love to, and I get really shy and all like flustered. But it's always so heartwarming and always so welcome. Or sometimes people will text me like, oh my god, I saw your campus, but I didn't say hi because I was shy. I was like, no, you should have said hi. I would probably be shy too.
That's me.
Oh, yeah, it's really sweet. It's always like a great moment when you think your content's being appreciated.
Yeah, your content's pretty. So like you mentioned that like when you got the Charles and Keith email, like you showed it to your parents like straight away, right?
Yeah.
So like when your video kind of like went viral, like what did you do? Like did you like announce it to your friends or like tell your parents kind of thing?
Actually, I first started on TikTok. So when I started on TikTok, I didn't have any mutual friends. Like none of the people I knew in real life knew I had a TikTok. So I kind of just kept it low key, and I didn't want to announce something I wasn't sure I would follow through with at first. So I was just like, that's cool. I had one friend who I'm really close with, like my best friend, and she's like, oh my god, that's really cool. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then she's like, she's also a social media person, and she does photography. So she commented and she gave me tips, etc. And I was like, okay. So she's a person I talk to a lot, even before anyone else knew. My parents also didn't know for a while, until like maybe 2-3 months later. And then no one in my real life outside of my close family and that friend knew until I brought it to Instagram. But that was much later. Like I want to say 6 or 8 months later than I started Instagram.
So like would you say that like you're kind of more comfortable with TikTok?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Although I started on TikTok, I would say I prefer Instagram. Mostly because I feel like TikTok is very oversaturated nowadays, and also I can't really get that connection with people. Like on Instagram, there's Instagram stories and there's comments, and it's more like I can connect with people who follow me and who I follow. But on TikTok, it's very much I just see new people all the time, right?
Yeah.
Which is great, but also that I can't really connect with people I know, so I bring them over to Instagram where I actually can chat with them, respond to their stories, and stuff like that.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because like we also wanted to know like from your perspective, like what's the difference between like Instagram and TikTok? You know, like there's so many social medias, but like talking about social media, like I would like to bring in like this phenomena. Like I feel like there's this thing where like only old people use Facebook, and then like as the generation goes by, so it's kind of like Facebook and then Instagram and then TikTok. So it's like you like there's a generation gap there kind of thing.
I definitely agree. I don't use Facebook. I have an account, but I just don't use it. Yeah. I do think it's for older people. Not old people, just older people.
Well, plus one to that, I also have a Facebook account, but I barely open it.
Yeah. It's just very weird, like the platform itself, I think. We're not used to it.
Yeah, maybe like we're just not used to it. Like I for some reason I don't know how to use it actually. Yeah.
It's just foreign.
Yeah. So like would you say that on social media, like sometimes you would be pressured to portray like a certain personality or per se like a different kind of you from like real life?
That's an interesting question, and I think not really, because for me, I wanted to make sure that my identity online was as close as it is to my identity in real life, just because I knew from the beginning I'm not good with keeping up with facades or like lying in general. So I think it was really important to me that I stayed true to myself as a person whenever I started online things, adventures. So it's not that big of a difference, and I think actually I'm just more like what you see online and what you see in real life. In real life, it's just 2 times online, but you can see it even more full time.
Yeah. All right. Interesting. Cause like I mean I've seen like other YouTubers like they kind of like talk about it. Like they said that like sometimes they feel like when you're on camera, like I mean you have to be like exciting or like you know happy in some way, like if not like you can't really attract like the audience kind of thing. So like they kind of somewhat be like more crazy than who they actually are.
I think I'm lucky in that aspect because I've always been known as super over enthusiastic, super over happy. So like that's great for me. But also, people have to like talk to me in real life and like, oh my god, you're funnier in real life than you are online, or you're funnier than I thought you'd be, or you're less mean than I thought you'd be. And I'm like, do I come off as mean and not funny online? That's a bit concerning, but okay, that's good to know. Yeah.
I've always wondered like how the content creators like I get like how you make money, so like you make like from your stories, your posts, or like collaborations and everything, but like is there like a certain price range or like a certain like standard that you follow that's like, you know, kind of like known in the industry? Like everybody knows like if you're like, let's say you have this amount of followers, then you can only charge this amount, kind of thing. Like is there something like that, or like not really? Because like for example, like if you're a photographer, like you it's like kind of like the same amount of price range, like according to like which kind of photographers like you look for.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of like known in the industry, but like I feel like for the social media industry, it's kind of like, I don't know, like
It's
I kind of get like a taboo vibe kind of thing.
I think it really depends on the creator, because I think there is a like standardized rate.
Oh,
but
there is.
for me, I don't think I really follow it, nor do I really know it.
Oh.
I've seen it a couple of times in group chats and like amongst friends, but like I don't really follow it, so I don't memorize it. I don't really know it off the top of my head. I just know what I charge usually. Yeah.
Alright.
I think it varies though from each person.
It varies.
Depending on like the quality and the skill set they bring, and also whether or not they hire external people like videographers, photographers, or producers.
Yeah, okay, this is my personal question. So like, what is your first ever like PR gift?
Oh, okay. I think it's from a small business on Instagram. It's like a clothing brand. Yeah, it was just like, they were like, oh, it was one of my friends who's an influencer as well, and she has a clothing brand. Like, oh, let me send this to you. You can try it out. I'm like, okay. It was really exciting. It was just like a shirt with a keyhole thing in the back. It's like a backless shirt that has sleeves. It's really cute.
Talking about like outfits, like do you find it really hard to like plan out your outfits and everything?
Not really. I think I do plan them out a lot for sure. There's no question that I do plan the outfits I wear, especially in school and every week, right? It's not hard because I think it comes to me naturally now, and because I have so many clothes, I think I have definitely an abundance of clothes. Yeah. And like when I look at it, I'm like, oh my god, this is a lot of things. It feels a bit wasteful, but also I'm very grateful for them. It's such a wide variety that I can work with as well.
Yeah.
So,
I think like that's like almost every girl's dream. Yeah, to have like so many clothes to choose from that you know you feel wasteful.
But I feel so bad. I'm like, oh, I should donate this, or I should like do a thrift thing. Like I should do something to just not just have it all.
Yeah. Okay. So like, do you feel pressured sometimes, like to like you have to dress up when you come out of like your room or like whatsoever? Like, you know, you have to be presentable at every second of your life.
I think there is definitely that pressure, and I did feel it when I first started and when I first went back on campus for like in real life learning.
Oh yeah.
But then I was like, oh, it's okay. They probably don't know me. It's like, oh, it's whatever. I should just do what I want to do. Eventually, just let go. Okay, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So like, almost like the last few questions that I have for you are like, what is your goal for your content creator career, as well as if this isn't like your long-term career that you plan to have, like what is your dream career?
Okay. I think that as a content creator, I definitely have some brands I want to work with that are on like my list of things and a list of people I want to work with. I have photographers I want to work with, and also not just brands, photographers, or people I know that I want to work with. Those are, I think, part of my goals in the long term of being a content creator.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet if being a content creator is what I want to do for the rest of my life, because I do think it's quite tiring and it's a bit taxing. And even though it's rewarding, it's not always easy. And I don't know if it's worth it sometimes. So I will have to really evaluate it after I finish studying. When I can do it full time, or I can do it full time.
Yeah. Okay, so what is your advice for people who are trying to figure out their career path, or like just general advice?
I think definitely don't be scared to try new things and don't be scared to put yourself out there. And I think something that's very valuable that I learned is that connections are everything. Like if you meet someone and you think they look good, or you think they like have great content, for example, or they're a great writer if you're in the writing industry, then say hi, like connect with them, like talk, have genuine conversations and have genuine connections, because they really go a long way. Like I can't tell you how many times like a brand has reached out to me because they know this one person who knows me and who talked about me to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like word of mouth
yeah.
and connections are so important. So don't be afraid to reach out and branch out, and definitely get out of your comfort zone.
Get out of your comfort zone. I feel like that advice is suitable for me too.
Yeah, I think it can be a good tip.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us with this podcast, Evelyn. Like, you're such a nice person. Like,
You're an amazing host. You're so lovely.
No.
She's so beautiful too. You don't understand.
No, okay, like, thank you so much for being with us. Like, I really, really, really appreciate it. Alright. Well, next up. Oh my god, my eyes.
Hi, I'm not Evelyn.
What happened to Evelyn? I didn't even get to say bye.
Wait,
Actually,
you
she's
didn't-
right there. Drama queen moment. Okay, yeah, we're back to Asad.
Hi, I'm Asad. I'm actually still alive. I'm part of the podcast still.
Where were you?
Well, I was actually behind.
Oh yeah, you were laughing.
No, I was like Evelyn did give good advice about like networking.
Yeah.
Being out of your comfort zone. I think we all should learn from that.
But I find that really hard to do.
True. But hey, you know what they say? I've got nothing actually. I've got nothing.
Okay, we're back. Our podcast is back.
Hello everyone.
Hi. Okay, so welcome to our next segment.
What's not news?
So in today's What's Not News, we have part 2 of renovation of the cafeteria. Part 2, guys. We're on part 2.
Yes, finally, the cafeteria the chapter has come to a close. They have finally taken out the old, rusty wooden and metal benches out, and with new metal and colorful tables and chairs. There are several different types. There's one at the mama area, one at the Malay stall, and the main cafeteria.
I like the rainbow chairs.
The rainbow chairs are nice. They're pretty comfy. But they took one of the mama, like they took the mama tables out of the mama. So it feels like you're eating at like a cafe.
Oh yeah, the mamak table is the black one, right?
Mhm.
I feel like I if I sit there, I feel like I'm in like an Australian vibe cafe eating like sourdough with like avocado, or like poached egg with like oat milk latte
But this time it's actually like teo ice and roti canai
and tosai.
and half-boiled egg in the morning.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess it's like a good change, right?
Yeah, definitely a good change. Thank you Nottingham. Thank you University of Nottingham for renovating and upgrading our chairs. We definitely love the new look. It's
The new
fresh.
vibes.
It's fun and fresh.
Fun and fresh.
But I still don't like the cushions.
The cushions are
Just
flop.
not the cushions. The cushions are flop. The others are hit. Yeah.
Everything else are great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very
okay,
much.
thank you very much. We're grateful. Very, very grateful. Alright, next on the segment, we have Chinese New Year Campfire Day. Campfire night, sorry.
Yes, last week. I mean, by the time we repost this, it's like a few weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks ago. That's why it's what's not new.
Yeah, it's not new.
Yeah.
But it's spelled with N-O-T-T.
Yeah?
Wait, that's funny. Okay, so traditionally, the accommodation people, they have a campfire event, which is like exclusively made hosted by them. But this time around, their campfire was a little bit plugging Wall Street Society. It was a little bit small.
Small? Yeah, it was small.
It was
It
small.
was very small.
Yeah, and like
I complained it on my Instagram.
if you wanted to like roast your marshmallow, which I feel like there's only 10 marshmallows available, you have to squat. Imagine squatting. Imagine squatting to roast a marshmallow. Are you...
One of our production crew joked. You good? Alright. Maybe she was one of the victims at the marshmallow grilling thing.
And the fire was so small, it felt like a candle. Like they were burning nothing.
The burn. The only burn I have is that I said he works out.
No
I'm
freaking way.
I'm kidding.
Last episode, she talked about my butt pain. Now she's talking about my workout. Okay, girl.
Alright, I still love Asa. We're still friends, okay?
Mhm.
Okay, talking about love.
Love.
I smell love in the air.
Not
Why?
really not my favorite.
Why is it? Because okay, maybe like when the podcast comes out, like it's way past already, but while we're filming it, actually tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
Wow! Happy Valentine's to all of you.
Yay, happy Valentine's. I hope you had fun with whoever you spend your Valentine's Day with, and if you didn't spend it like a regular day, it's fine. It's just another day, you know. Don't need to feel bad.
Yeah, and if you're single, you know what? You can love yourself. You love you.
Yep. You love you. Alright. So that's kind of almost the end of
Yep.
our episode. Actually, that is the end of our
That's it.
episode. So thank you for tuning in this time again. And I would love to see you in the next episode. Bye.
We're not gonna do like
Oh.
see you on the next episode of Friends.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
See you on the next episode of FW or Friends
with
with Business. Alright.